to the show where you don't know if it's part of the show. Welcome to the show. If you don't know, it's part of the show. Didn't they teach you to reach for the stars while opening up the bars and keeping you chained down with mortgage bills and cars? Vaccines for your arms, kids sounding like supercharged, caffeinated hate-filled scars and rage-quit repertoires. No answers for yards, caught up in emotion that's not even yours. Imposter truths like impeccable retards, lined up for your serving of gish galloping wars. No remedy can save the lost, in love with the yarn. I'm tired of walking into refracted shards, poor science displayed by disgusting bards. Soaked in sin with your dupe is delight in a new hand of cards. Been so long, seems like for love I'm just too hard, I'm just too hard, that's it. Welcome to the show where you don't know if it's part of the show. Welcome to the show. If you don't know, you don't know. Intoxicated 8 makes you believe you're spinning in space while you have no shame or grace. It's a disdainful state I used to contemplate, how to save myself from my own self-hate. Wonder why I was even made with a dreadful fate, forced to try and awake with a full plate. No one to help me stay awake or educate. I've had to liberate and fight through hidden gates. But my brother, heaven could never be late, and rockets don't work in space. It's all fake, the show is on Mars. It's a joke, but you're too far gone, it won't be long. Fepe's beak is strong. We have our song and we march along like streams of knowledge leading to God's holy pond, and lives of truth that hits the bong and sings the song, turns mankind from the wrong. We come in peace with a holy gown and all of us wearing our holy crowns. Said the earth is flat and we probably just won't get along, just to go along. I said, welcome to the show where you don't know if it's part of the show. Welcome to the show. If you don't know, you don't know.
Hi guys, good morning everyone. Hope you guys doing fine today. Let me remove this. I got Matthew Hakim here today on the show. We're going to be talking about a little bit of talk about Antarctica, about the sun, all that stuff. Let's see. Let her talk. How you doing, Matthew?
Feeling good. Always a pleasure to be on your show with you. And yeah, it's really hot right now. So I'm just, cleaning my face of all the sweat. But yeah, man, look forward to talking with you every time.
Yeah, yeah. So shout out to everyone. Alan Ostrand in the chat, Roger Ledwell, Quiet Outburst, everyone, Missouri, California, all over, Alabama. A lot of good people here. So welcome to the show, guys. Just before I start talking with Matthew, let me share my screen here for a couple of shout outs. So first shout out to Flatworks. This guy has been putting lots of good stuff on Antarctica lately. I watched this one here, Operation Ice Bridge, really good one. And this one, they complete the bank of traverses and crossings of Antarctica. Really good video, about an hour and 25. He covers all the supposed uh, crossing of Antarctica. And what he came up with, when we all know, all the circumnavigation, no, crossing of Antarctica is always like from east to west. Okay, so this area here, it's okay, you can land a plane, you can cross. You just cannot go north to south, right? Never, ever, which makes no sense, of course, on the globe. So shout out Flatworks. I really enjoy your videos. You just uploaded one about an hour ago. West to Japan cargo ship destroys the globe. So I'm looking forward to watching this one. Couple more shout outs before. Roddy Cooper. Roddy Cooper, where is he? Okay, he also put out a video recently explaining the psychological conditioning. And Roddy Cooper, his new channel is You Think, right? I'll drop the link in the chat. And I think that's it for now. So Matthew, what's your take, man, with all this Antarctica thing going on?
Just in general or something specific?
In general, what's your take?
In general, Antarctica is fascinating. There's something to it. Even if the Earth was a globe, it's still something would be wrong there. You know what I mean? Like if we did live on a
Definitely.
ball, it's like why is it off limits? You know? And they say it's to protect penguins or whatever. No countries care about the environment. United States doesn't care about the environment, or China or Russia. You know what I mean? And
I do, of course. We
I
are
think
destroying the rainforest in Brazil, completely destroyed.
well about the rainforest, I think they're looking for the city of gold. I think that's
Right.
why they're destroying as much as they can, but they can't find it. But yeah, Antarctica, there should be more. Like if the Earth was a globe, it would be a major travel hub. You know,
Oh yeah.
people want to go from South America to Australia. You know, there's a lot of people that want to travel that way. And so why, if the Earth was a globe, why wouldn't they do that? Right?
Yes. Yeah,
It's
they should have a hub right at the North South Pole, like 90 degrees south, a big hub there. So they could fly and make a stop there if they wanted to. Although the distance on the globe, there should be easy flights, going over the South Pole, but there aren't no flights over. So just like this guy was pointing out, everything in Antarctica from east to west makes sense on the flat Earth map because it's like like they just fly towards the edge a little bit and then go back. But north to south never happen. They cannot do it,
yeah,
and
and
that's
another
why
thing about the Antarctica, it's like I think you were talking about it or something, but that they would only see a 24-hour sun from 80 degrees south latitude, and that doesn't match the globe because
uh,
in the north they would see the 24-hour sun at like what is it, 65 degrees north?
65
So,
degrees. They have the Midnight Festival in Fairbanks,
yeah,
Alaska.
yeah, I think you posted about that, and I thought that was very interesting too. Like, what is the reason for that? Right? Like, if the Earth was a globe, why would they have to be so far away when the alleged tilt makes it even? Right? Allegedly, the ball Earth tilts 23.5 degrees in either direction. So, what would be the reason that the Antarctica alleged 24-hour sun is only visible from 80 degrees south? Right? The globe, just another globe contradiction, like a fairy
Exactly.
tale.
Yeah, you see here, if you go to their website, you even see pictures, of the midnight sun. Uh, right there, midnight, and they see the sun like 10 degrees up in the sky. Okay, so they have
Yeah, they're
this at
making money, right?
65,
Like
65
people
degrees
want
sun.
to go see this, right? Like they're making money. People want to see a 24-hour sun, So why
exactly.
wouldn't tourists go to Antarctica to see the 24-hour sun? And those people could
Exactly.
make a bunch of money that way. But
Yeah.
it's just imaginary. It's not
Yeah.
real.
And the few videos I found, even at the Union Glacier, they still don't show the 24-hour sun, which the Union Glacier is like 75, I guess, something like that, you know. And they still don't have this. The Brazilian Globers, after the war happened in 2023, man, they are pushed. No, you cannot see from Union Glacier. You got to go to 80 degrees south. So even on the globe, it doesn't make any sense. You
Yeah,
know,
I remember I saw that on your videos. Like the Brazilian flat earthers, they challenged the Globers. They said, "Show us the live stream right now. What is the reason
exactly,
to wait a year when it's happening right now?" And
exactly.
so they
Yes,
called them on it, and then they couldn't do it because they didn't have whatever they're going to do ready, right?
yes, yes,
That's a
yes.
sad story. And then the guy lost his beautiful wife, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, man.
I
But
noticed that, right? I saw it's like, wow, why would the guy want to do anything to lose such a beautiful wife? But he took the money.
yeah, yeah, he took the money, and the thing is, he dropped out of the map, man. Nobody can find him, and it's been like almost 6 months since his last appearance in any podcast. He's missing right now. We don't know what happened to the guy. You know,
Well, he did his job. His job was to get people to not believe flat Earth. That was his job. That's like I
right?
think the same thing. Like it's very strange. I was watching a debate right with what Craig fight the flat Earth versus Nathan Erickson, and Craig had made an interesting comment that Jaron will be a Glober by the end of the year.
Yeah, a lot of a
You're
lot of
right.
similarities, man, between him and that guy from Brazil, Leandro. Lot
Yeah,
of similarities, man.
yeah. It's just a game plan. Get people to doubt the flat Earth, and then hire people. Like they allowed that guy in Brazil to gain a huge following.
Right,
If he was a
137,000
yeah,
subscribers.
if he was a real flat earther, he would have like 20,000, 25,000 people maybe at most, you
Yes,
know?
yeah,
Kind of like your channel. Your channel's great, but maybe YouTube doesn't want you to be as big. Like for
yeah.
example, I'm not subscribed to Jaron, but YouTube
I
shows me
know.
Jaronism every time he's live, right? I don't like Jaron.
Yeah,
Why does YouTube promote Jaronism,
yeah. It's weird, man. It's
right?
weird.
Right. Jaron's job is to get flat earthers under him, right? To basically marshal as many flat earthers as he can under him, so that when he jumps ship, he'll hopefully take people with him. That's their plan. But what I
Right.
notice is like nobody is under Jaron. Nobody is under Dave Weiss. Nobody is under Austin. Flat earthers, we're individual. you know
Exactly.
we think for ourselves, no one speaks for us. And I think that's the
Yes.
problem. And like chatting with that guy Will Duffy, right, on Facebook, he doesn't understand why they are not our leader. I tried to explain to him that we don't have leaders. It's interesting, but it's like their plan's already failing.
It is.
It's
It
great.
is because that's what got Jerome mad, because people are saying even if there is a 24-hour sun, well, I mean, there is no curvature anywhere. Earth is
Yes,
not
yes.
moving. We're still on stationary Earth, and Jerome was mad. Was like, how? No, you gotta be a ball. If there's a sun there, there's gotta be a ball.
Yeah,
No.
I watched that video, and I was in the comment section saying, the lights in the sky don't determine the shape of the ground. And
Exactly.
he repeated that, and he was so angry, right?
Exactly.
Like
Exactly.
why don't these flat earthers understand, right? And it it would be an interesting piece of information if it was real. If people
Right.
could go see it, it would be something to consider, definitely.
Yeah,
But unfortunately, it's like it's never been recorded, never been live streamed. The two that are in circulation are obviously fake.
exactly, man.
And it's like
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, I totally agree. I used to enjoy, man, the Jam 2016. Now, I just can't believe it. It's just a different person. I'm listening. I don't listen to him anymore, but when I did, it was like, this guy talks like a glober.
Exactly. Yeah, he hates the Bible, right? I used to like Jaron until I saw his bad comments about the Bible and God and Jesus. It made me
Right.
sick. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I made a debunking video of him. Like I used his own words, his own show, and then I recorded what he was saying, and then I did my commentary, right? And then it just never, followed him again. That was it. It's
Yeah.
like there's something about if the flat earthers hate the Bible, I think that's the indicator they're shills,
I think so too.
right? Like
You know.
there's a lot of biblical flat earthers and they seem real, but when there's like anti-biblical cosmologist flat earthers, they seem like shills, and they let it be known also. Like they say it. They hate
Yeah.
biblical cosmology, but somehow they're flat earthers, right? Shill
Exactly.
City. Shill City.
Yeah. Yeah. Same thing happened with that guy, Leandro from Brazil. Um, he he criticized the Bible. That's the thing. His wife was a devout Christian. She is a devout Christian. Okay. And he started criticizing the Bible. Very similar, man. Very similar to Jerem. Extremely similar. And he started off criticizing the Bible. And, I was saying that he even said that flat earth is the cult of the dome, you know, like the dome cult people. He called us like the dome cult people, something like that, you know. And
Yeah.
he started attacking. I mean, he showed signs. That's why, when I started seeing Jared, I said, well, this happened in 2023. It's like watching the movie again, the same movie with a different actor. But the plot is the same, similar. And what the Brazilian flat earthers did was just that, hey, why wait until December 2024? If it's right now, you can just ask people there, your contact, to live stream
Yeah.
the sun. You know, just I
Yeah.
think someone requested that to Will Duffy, and he said no, they're gonna film. They can't live stream. Why not?
Yeah,
Because
that's a total lie. They can't live stream, right? And they can allegedly do live stream from outer space, like
oh,
fake outer
we are
space.
doing a live stream right now. Yeah,
Oh yeah, that they suck. They
yeah,
just lie. And it would be so easy to kill flat Earth. Just let people
exactly.
go there on their own, right? And it's so dumb. It's like they think Netflix science fiction movies are evidence, not
Right,
evidence, right? And
exactly.
if it was real, yeah, they could kill flat Earth in 10 minutes, five
Yes,
minutes,
exactly. Yeah,
you know.
yeah. We are
But they
live
can't.
streaming here. I don't think I have $1,000 worth of equipment here, and we are live streaming now.
Yeah,
You
dude,
don't need, man.
I'm using a cheap phone. That's it. I got a little light on a battery. That's it. I'm in my room,
That's
and
it.
we're having a great conversation. You know,
Exactly.
if one of us was in Antarctica at the time, we could be talking, showing it.
Exactly. I
But
could get my
yeah,
phone and go outside, but it's just too hot outside.
yeah. Oh, it's hot
About
right now.
100 degrees. Yeah, about 100 degrees. So I don't want to just go outside. But I can, easily get my phone and just walk around, show my neighborhood here, show the
Yeah,
sun. What time is it? 10, 20. The sun it should have 30 degrees, 40 degrees up. So, but they could do that in Antarctica if there was a 24-hour
yeah.
sun.
If
But
it
there
if it
isn't.
was real,
That,
they could do it, but they can't.
exactly.
So
They
they have to
can't.
do a Netflix science fiction movie. What are they going to have? Like William Shatner, Neil deGrasse Tyson?
Yes. All those guys, man, they're gonna stitch together, film a little bit here with Jaron on one day, and then the next week, and then they, add it all together, and by 2025 we'll have another mockumentary on
Yeah.
Netflix.
But you know what I think? I think it's going to backfire big time. It's going
I
to
think that too.
backfire. There's going to be so many more flat earthers because of that movie.
Yeah, yeah,
It's going to be great. Just like how maybe they thought the other ones, the other hit pieces, it would just destroy flat earth and everybody would think it's stupid, but in reality, people don't care about Glober, Netflix. Nobody cares about those hit pieces. It's like it creates more flat earthers. That's
yeah,
funny about it, right? Like
yeah,
if flat earth was so stupid, who cares?
yeah.
Right? If it's just stupid people, who cares what stupid people say?
Yes, exactly. You know, I mean,
But
yeah,
but it's not stupid, right? It's not stupid, and they can't disprove the earth is flat, so they have to make Netflix science fiction movies.
yeah.
And people
I
don't believe
just
it anymore.
good shout out here. A lot of new people here in the chat right now. So shout out to everyone who's coming to the show right now. Imran, Jot, Latte, Daniel, uh, Biblical Theology. Hi, Ramon Gonzalez. A lot of good people here who has been here before. I don't work. Welcome to the show, guys. Flat Earth
Nice.
Reconnaissance from Jerusalem. Yeah, a lot
Oh,
of
that guy was cool. Flat Earth Reconnaissance. I liked that
yeah,
episode. I
yeah.
wanted
He's in
to
the
ask.
chat.
I wanted to ask him about the Messiah in the Torah. Right. That's
Okay.
because, like, maybe for Jewish people, they don't like the New Testament. So it's like
Yeah.
you got to speak the language they're understanding. So that Messiah is definitely in the Torah. So I think that would be a good episode for you guys to do. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
and one thing
Yeah,
I wanted to ask him about is Ezekiel 38, the prophetic war. I think that could be starting. Like the pieces are in play right now for the Ezekiel 38, the war against Israel. I think that like you guys could do a good episode, talking about those things, the Messiah and the Ezekiel 38 war against Israel.
yeah, we might touch that subject here.
Yeah, shout out to
Biblical,
everybody. And Eddie, if they're doing interesting comments, can you put it on the screen? Because I can't see the comments and I can't see the
okay,
videos that you play.
okay, that's
So
fine.
so
Can you
yeah,
see the screen right now?
I could see the picture. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, okay. So let's talk a little bit about the circuit of the sun. So this is
yeah,
we all know if you look at some of the videos that I uploaded by this guy Kilgore on TikTok, he's the compass master. We need a polar projection for circumnavigating, for flights, for everything we need. There's only one. There was a guy saying, "Oh, you can create a polar projection from any point on Earth." Yes and no. Yeah, there are
yeah. It
softwares who
doesn't.
can make that, but it doesn't work. Okay,
Yeah, it doesn't
we
work.
need.
I've seen that.
Yeah,
Like I've seen those.
we.
They have the South Pole projection where it's totally wrong.
Oh yeah,
Right? I've seen
it
that.
doesn't work. It doesn't work
Doesn't work.
because we need the polar projection centered at the North Pole. That's the only one that
Yes.
works. Okay,
Yes.
for
That's why.
circumnavigation.
That's why the azimuthal equidistant map is useful because between any 2 points, it's going to be accurate.
Exactly, exactly.
And that's what they
So
used in the past, right? That's what they
yeah,
would use in the past. And a funny comment that I came up with is like, is that why the United States hasn't won a war in 80 years? Because they're using the wrong maps and they're accounting for curvature that's not there. Like our military shooting at stuff that's not there because they're thinking the Earth is a globe. They would, you know what I mean? It's crazy.
yeah. All right, so let's start with here some Bible verses about earth. When he prepared the heavens, I was there. When he set the compass upon the face of the death, that's in
Yeah.
Proverbs 8:27.
Yeah,
that pretty much demonstrates how the Lord uh, designed, the face of
yeah.
the earth,
Like the
and then,
Freemason symbol. That's the Freemason symbol.
well,
You need the ruler also underneath.
yeah, but they came up with after the Lord had created everything. They just stole
Yeah,
what the Lord, the symbolism that the Lord used. They
yeah.
just stole it. They
But
hijacked.
me, I think I was telling this to you a long time ago that the the Freemasons, it was something different in the past, and the Illuminati, they're kind of like the evil branch that took over, similar
Mm,
to what happened in the Star Wars movies. How there was the Jedi and the Sith, and then most of the Jedi were killed, and then the Sith took over. And that's what I think happened. I
yeah,
think it could have been very different in the past, like 200 plus years ago. It was some could have been something very different. But I
yeah,
do
it could
feel
be,
that yeah, that history was rewritten. But
definitely.
the bad guys won like 200 years ago, and
Yeah,
then that's around the time they started coming up with the globe theory, other theories about Earth and humans, and that's what I think
yeah,
happened.
evolution, all that stuff.
Yeah, it all came out recently, and no, and people weren't believing it, so they had to start coming up with lies. So
Right.
once they started making movies, oh, let's make some movies about fake outer space.
Yeah,
CGI. What do they do with CGI? Show people in fake outer space. It's funny.
yep,
Once
yep,
we realize it, it's very funny. Once we realize it.
yeah. All right, the next Bible verse here. And God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser lights to rule the night. He made the stars also. And God set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth. That's in Genesis 1, 15,
Hmm.
16. So we know there is only one sun, one moon,
Yes,
okay, and
and
zillions
and
of
we,
stars.
and we see that the Earth exists before the sun.
Exactly,
Like
exactly. The sun,
it's not even in question. Like the Bible says that. So if
exactly.
people are Christians and they're not with that, it's like they got to go back to the beginning of the book and see it.
Yes, yes, that's right. All right, the next one about the sun's secret, which is as a bridegroom coming out of his chamber and rejoiceth as a strong man to run a race. His going forth is from the end of the heaven, and his secret unto the ends of it, and there is nothing hid from the heat thereof. If there was any 24-hour sun in Antarctica, man, with this heat, I mean, just look at 90 degrees, actually 80. The guy made a video, Brazilian guy made a video, 82 degrees, 84 degrees now in summer in the North Pole, man. You see flowers, you see greenery, animals, That's impossible. Below 60, 62 degrees south, man, it's all ice. It's all ice, you
Right?
know?
Because the Earth is like it's flat. The sun circles above.
Yeah,
But I understand why people get confused about it. I get it. Because the lights above us, they do move strangely depending on where our location is on the Earth.
right,
You know,
right,
like
right.
our like our perspective will warp the path of the lights above us, similar to anti-crepuscular rays. That's how, like, when people ask about the star trails in the south, that's the example I give, about how our perspective will warp the path of the lights above us. But
Yeah,
yeah, and there's no plant life, animal life. Well, there could be. I haven't been there to verify it, but it is definitely different than the north.
yeah,
It's very different. And then it's like, what would be the reason that the South Pole is so much different than the North Pole?
right.
What would that be? And it's like they have to come up with lies to how can I say it? They need a lie to support another lie. And then that
Yeah,
lie needs a lie. And then it just
right.
everything they say, it becomes so ridiculous. Like arguing with globers. It becomes so ridiculous the amount of contradictions, and it just gets funny sometimes. Like some of the things they say. It's
Right.
amazing.
Flat Earth Reconnaissance, he's working on a video because he's digging out of the Torah a lot of passages concerning Antarctica and the South. Well, this is one of his digging. The sun goes along the south and around the north. So the sun does not go around the south like it does around the north. You know, it has a different circuit. It just goes along. And if you remember when Admiral Byrd said there's many resources in Antarctica, remember the video, the resource, blah, blah, blah. So Flat Earth Reconnaissance, that's Sam Abukaya. He also found in the Torah the passage saying that there are treasures hidden in the south, you know, under the snow. So he's gonna come up with another video.
That's
Those
cool.
treasures might be like mineral resources, all that stuff. So there's a lot
Yeah.
of things hidden in the south. Yes.
And that passage, the sun goes along the south and around the north, that reminds me of something from Norse mythology also. I don't remember what it says, but something about the rim of heaven. Like the sun goes along the rim of heaven.
Okay.
I,
Yeah.
I could be corrected on that because I don't really know offhand how the passage goes, but it reminds me of the scripture you have on the screen. And it does have logic that these ancient mythologies, they would all be connected in some way. Like they would all
Yeah.
have this ancient knowledge, even though like the Vikings are different than the ancient, Hebrews, but
Right.
their root is going to be the same.
Yes.
Like that's
Yeah.
why even the runes, like do you ever see the Norse runes, like their symbols? It looks
Yeah. I've
very
seen some.
similar. They all look similar, and like I realize it's just like they take the same letter and just rotate it, and it's a whole
Right.
different language. And all of the
Yeah.
symbols, they have similarities. And it's like, why do they all have similarities? Oh, the Tower of Babel actually happened. The
Yeah.
people had one language, and then God broke it up.
Yes.
That's why the syllables are similar. The characters are similar, and even the creation stories are similar. The flood stories are similar, and there's even um, like like a Jesus almost in a lot of these ancient religions. A character that is like a son of God. Like a messenger who his death saves people. No.
All right. There's a comment there by Flat Earth Reconnaissance, Book of Job. God placed treasures in the snow for the last days. Word of Gog and Magog. Yeah, very interesting, That's why he was telling me, and he's working on a video about that stuff. So if it's real materials treasures, let me see here. If there's real material treasure, it may be books or anything related to knowledge, of course. Yeah, it could be some of the books being hidden there, just like the the that one those that they found in 1940s. The scrolls they found.
It just
Yeah,
came to mind. What if there's like frozen giants? You know,
yeah, man, it could be.
like
Yes,
like how
giants.
we're finding like mastodons frozen from like what 40,000 alleged 40,000 years ago. Yeah,
Right.
they find like a giant, with gold, and who knows? Maybe they could resuscitate a frozen giant.
Yeah,
Then
yeah,
the giant starts telling the story of what happened in the past. That would be a
yeah.
treasure too.
It would
No,
be.
it's just the idea.
So shout out to Australia in the house, okay? Perth, Australia. All
Nice.
right, so let's continue with these couple of slideshows here to highlight some biblical passages on the path of the sun. So here we see again the sun goes around the north and along the south. That's why when you're in Antarctica, you have to look north to see the sun coming from east to west. That's how you do. It doesn't really circle around you. in Antarctica. It circles away, coming towards you and then goes away, But
Well, I think
that's not.
that passage, it's like so people could try to understand what's going on with the sun. I think
Yeah,
that's why it's in the Bible. Like so, like that particular passage, because I mean, okay, say people are like, okay, Earth is flat. What's the sun doing? And so people can get confused easily. So that's why things like that are in the Bible. Like, yeah, that so people could understand what's happening with the
oh
Earth.
yeah, we already know it goes in a circuit and it goes around the sun, around the north and along the south, right? What else? This also is a translation by Flat Earth Reconnaissance. Have you ever reached the sea barriers? Those talking about the ice barrier, you know. And last week I was even reading one of the voyages made in the 1800s when they were discovering those, and they named ice barriers, back in 1800s, 1700s, and 1800s. So those are the sea barriers placed there that
And
the
and
water will not.
I'll bet that's what the sailors thought too when they reached the ice wall. Some of
Yeah,
them could have been like, "Hey, this is in the Bible."
right, right. Some
Right?
of
And they
them I
could have,
believe so because
yeah,
they
like they
were.
could have realized once they saw it, they're like, okay, yeah, we get it now. The Earth is like a pond with
Yeah,
barriers, right?
right.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. So let me see here another one, another slide. So we know there is some kind of barrier there because I've been talking about how the tsunamis never really wrap around Antarctica. It
Yes, yes,
pops up here.
and I saw the response of PhD Tony. Shout out PhD Tony, and I told him the same thing in our debate because he showed this image of how the tsunamis act. And I told him, yeah, it's as if there's some type of ice wall out there that the waves are bouncing off of. And it's like his response to why that happens, it's inadequate.
Oh yeah,
Even if Antarctica has a deeper base, it doesn't matter. It wouldn't stop the waves.
it
The
would not.
waves would go around. No, like what do they think? The Antarctica is like really bigger than they're saying it is, like 100 miles bigger, the coast. No, it's
Yeah,
not, right? And then it would do something. The waves would do something,
it
but
would
they
wrap
don't.
around. I
Yeah,
mean,
they would.
wrap around everything. Even if Antarctica was right here, it would wrap around, just
Yes,
like it did.
like on the globe picture, like if Antarctica was like 100 miles bigger in every direction, it would still wrap around.
It
So
would.
yeah, his response was inadequate.
Yeah, yeah.
And
So we
what you're
know
showing, yeah.
there is
Sorry.
some kind of sea barrier there because we gotta have. There's no other way. So here, the thing is, an observer will see the sun rising 90 degrees during the equinox. But the problem that I have here is that everywhere, like if you move to every longitudinal line, you're going to observe the same thing, you know?
Yes.
So the sun is still making its circuit, you know?
Yes.
It's just like your local observation, your local the way you see, like I see here, the sun coming from the east, setting the west. It does goes around and sets behind my building, so I cannot really see, but I see it. So I kind of make like an arch, an arch,
Yeah, and
and
like that too. It's confusing,
it
and I
is.
say this: the sun is mystical.
Oh
We
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
wherever someone is on the earth, the sunlight's going to come straight to them. And it's
Right,
very funny, the observation of the 90-degree sunrise, like it only happens 2 days a year on the equinox, when it's perfectly in the middle of its six chambers, like when it goes from the third to fourth or fourth to third portal, it's
right.
perfectly in the middle. And then that's why that's the only day that happens. And you're right. Uh, like the people, they're just thinking about the one longitude line. Oh, how is it possible on this one longitude line? But you're correct. in saying whatever's happening on the one longitude line is happening on all of them, right?
Exactly.
Like the sun's going to keep going on his path, and everybody on the earth is, well, almost everybody, they're going to see it coming from that 90-degree angle on those 2
Yeah.
days a year. So yeah, it's confusing. You know, I understand
It
it.
is. It is.
But when the
But
flat
we don't
earth
know. It's a
shills,
mystery. We are not giving the answers, you know?
listen, but the flat earth shills, they want to use this phenomenon to trash talk biblical cosmology. You know, I don't want to
Right.
make names on your show, but they're flat earth shills. They
Oh,
hate the
yeah.
Bible, right? So,
Yes.
and when I did my video about this, um, at first I kind of didn't know what people were saying because I was just like, yeah, perspective. You know, everyone sees the sun wherever they are; it's going to come straight to them. And then I heard the person, you know, doing a trash talking video about me, and I'm like, okay, yeah, that's weird. And then I you know, do my comments. I'm like, yeah, that doesn't represent reality what you're showing. But then when I heard Mick Tuna, you know, that guy, the Glober, I saw him doing trash talk of it, and then it hit me. I was like, yeah. And then that's when I made my demonstration video to show how our perspective will catch the sun. Whether we're north or south on a longitude line, the sun will be just like that. And so it's perfect. The people trash talk, but it's like, it doesn't work. You know, and I don't use computer graphics. I use practical effects. You know, like for my moon cycle, like how I demonstrate the moon cycle, it's not on a computer. I use, you know, real things. And just like how I demonstrated the 90-degree sunrise, it's practical effects using a glass dome magnifier and a flashlight. Perfect. And it works perfectly, you know?
Yeah.
So, and then so all the flat earth shills that trash talk because of that 90-degree sun, they're finished, you know? And they trash talk people for years about that on their show. I've
Well,
seen
you
it.
know,
And I never
I,
understood why. I never understood why they're trash talking biblical cosmology. You know, specific people that talk about biblical cosmology, you know, like they're fools, right? In the Bible, they'll say the Bible's nonsense. And it's like, wow, where is that coming from? Right? And I understand because they're shills. Their job is to trash talk the Bible, create confusion for flat earth, and that's it. That's the extent of what they do.
right. Yeah. So,
But this issue, no, I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, yeah, because I talk a lot with my friends in Brazil, you know, and when most of the people who try to explain the path of the sun, they use the 0 degree longitude line right here, you know. But we see the same thing in Brazil, and we are in this longitude line right here. Actually, there are like three, no, two, the main ones. They observe the same thing, and the sun keep doing the same thing all around the equator. So for
Yeah,
every, we only have one sun,
yes,
but this sun is displayed differently for everyone. You know, that's what I think. You know,
yes, exactly. Like
happens.
if someone was at like in the north or the south and they looked at the sunlight on the water, it would go straight to them. Like
You
someone
are,
in New
yeah,
York, if someone was in New York looking at the water and the sun was on the water, it would go straight to them. Simultaneously, if someone was in Brazil looking at the sunlight on the water, it would do the same thing. It would go straight to them.
yeah. All right, let me shout
Okay,
out. Iron Horse is in the house. Hello, Iron
nice.
Horse.
Hey, what's up, Iron Horse?
Yeah. So I have a message to Iron Horse. I have to watch your video on this that pilot Becker. I forgot his first name. Becker, something Becker. So that guy, that pilot, is a Emirates pilot, 747 Emirates pilot. He wrote me like 7 pages worth of messages. You know, 7 pages, and took me like took me 8 hours creating a video response for him. And when I uploaded, man, he like complained to YouTube. YouTube took down the video. Okay, so I was like,
Oh, that's
is
weird.
this guy joking, man? Because it makes me spend 8 hours working on a video just to have YouTube to remove my video.
But
So
what reason did they remove it?
because I used his name,
Oh, okay.
but he never asked me not to use his. No, the guy is just like you, Matthew Hakim. You send me a message. You can, oh, explain to me, blah 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 blah. So I made a video to answer, displaying your message. But the funny thing is, after he complained to YouTube, he started sending messages to Iron Horse with his real name. You know, so it just make me waste my time. He made me waste my time.
Well, I don't know if it's a waste of time because we all have to do our homework, and I don't think you wasted your time if you did like an excellent video, like an excellent response video. I mean, that sucks they took it down, but me,
Yeah.
I would just click the upside down thumb. Like if they do stupid comments, just put the upside down thumb. Don't even
Yeah.
waste time like give credit to people and they're just saying stupid things like they hate the Bible, they hate flat Earth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Explain to me how the sun. Explain to me the moon. How does the moon stay up there? Or
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
say stupid things, and like some of them I respond to. Some of them have good questions. Some of them they're just trash talkers. So if they're trash talkers, just don't even you don't have to
Waste
click
time.
anything. Yeah, don't waste time. But I know your videos are excellent. So whatever video you made was probably like a banger, you know?
It was a good video, man. It took me like 8 hours total, a whole day, but I put it together real nicely, explaining to him really like in a polite manner. I did my best. And right, like 8 hours after I uploaded my video, I got a message from YouTube to take down my video, just because I had. And here's the name. Aaron Horse is naming him right here. Carl Becker, this guy here. Okay, Carl Becker is a 35-year-old pilot and trainer. So this guy, and now he even commented on Iron Horse with his own name, his own YouTube channel. So it was very childish for a pilot, to do this kind of stuff. So so
Yeah.
Iron Horse, shout out to you. Okay, I'm gonna have to finish watching your 3-part series on response to him. So yeah, that's the
Yeah,
one.
they're probably just chat bots. Some of them I don't think they're even living, breathing people. It's just software pretending to be a person. A
Yeah.
Chat GPT that has a Facebook account.
Right, right. All right, so let's go back here to our baby. So I think we caught up with all the, shout out to all new people joining. And we have about 130 people watching us now. So shout
Cool.
out to all of you.
Cool.
Good crowd. So this is what I have here again. Another art I created. Someone pointed looking north at the North Pole, at the equator during the equinox, and they see the sunrise, but it's like that in every longitude line, so the sun is truly a mystery. The Lord has not revealed to us how it works, where it is. We know it's in the firmament, and that's what I thought I was sharing my screen. Let me share my screen again. That's cool. Okay, so here we have someone right here at the zero longitude, observing the sun on equinox, rises 90 degrees, sets at 270. But the same thing here, if you move to another longitude line, the person will observe the same thing,
Same thing.
90 degrees right here, the same thing. So this is what happens, man. We don't know, because I was questioning myself yesterday. In Portuguese, Portuguese Bible says the Lord placed the sun and the moon in the firmament. It's like the firmament has a thick layer, and that's what I understand. It's not below the firmament, it's not above, it's in, like contained inside. It's like the firmament's really thick, and the sun and the moon it's inside. That's my take on the Portuguese version of that passage. What's your take on that?
I think the firmament could have levels to it, but doesn't God say the firmament is also heaven, right? And so how I think of the sun, it's in like on the other side of the lowest level of the firmament. Like how we can't go past it. The sun's on the other side, projecting down and materializing on this plane of existence.
Yeah, on our personal dome, right?
Yeah, the sun, moon, and stars, they're in the firmament in the sense that like not where we are, like on the other side, like it's a huge structure. And that's just what I think. And then it materializes kind of like at the level of where the clouds are. That's why when we see the sun and the moon, sometimes they appear to be in the clouds. But what I think is that when we see the two suns phenomenon or two moons phenomenon, we're seeing the source of the projection.
Or perhaps they reflect on the firmament. Could be.
And also, it's very interesting. This most recent, I don't know if it's the most recent one, back in April, the eclipse. I've seen the video where there's two eclipses happening in the sky. Like, it's very fascinating. Like, from one person's vantage point, they were able to record two of them in the sky, but not everyone could see it. I think it does have to do with like the atmosphere, like the moisture in the air, thickness of the moisture in the air. Sometimes we can see it. Maybe most of the time we can't see it, but under certain conditions, it is visible to see the double sun phenomenon or double moon phenomenon.
Yeah.
Cool. It's mystical.
Yeah, it is. It is. And sometimes they might even be testing this fake sun. I found two reports, man. This one in Japanese TV showing three suns actually. Let me see here.
Oh, that's cool.
Can you guess? Yeah,
Yeah, I've never seen anything like that.
That was in Japanese TV. So, and I also found another one on an Indian TV. It's all showing two of them. So they may be testing, maybe one is the original.
Like four. Oh, I see. I thought it was like four suns.
Three. So maybe like they're testing out their fake sun, and the one is the real one, and both of them, two might be a fake one. We don't know. I mean, we don't know this stuff.
As far as this goes, I'm not too worried about them attempting a fake sun. I think what they're going to do is they're just going to do a fake Netflix sci-fi movie.
Right. They can add they can add digitally later. Later.
Yeah. It's like I know a lot of flat Earth people. They're talking about that. Like it could be an artificial sun. But I don't think they're even going to try that. I think it's just going to be straight up CGI.
Yeah.
Because everything NASA does, they display an ineptitude. They show it's fake. They mess up. Like you always see the people on harnesses. You always see the digital things not working well, right? So if they tried to do an artificial sun, it would mess up if they tried it. So I think it's okay, but I just think they're not even. It's not even going to be anything real. They're going to take some flat Earth shills down there. Look, there he is, Will Duffy.
Yeah.
They're just going to get flat Earth shills. Say, here, we'll give you the check. All you got to do is say that you see a 24-hour sun. Imagine that they could get paid $1 million, get paid $5 million each. Right? All they have to do is lie. And then their digital people can whip something up quick. And then that's all they have to do.
Shout out to True Christian, man. He made this video here about Will Duffy. And actually, if you read the comments, Will Duffy says that he's going to, if he has to, is the Firmament actually going to show, let me see here. he actually says that he might do some editing. You know, let me see
Yeah, of
here.
course.
I think it's right here. See, define experiment. Robert used tons of edits with a bit of CGI and finishing Photoshop. He even admits that, you know. That's
Yeah,
real Duffy right here. Okay.
yeah. It's funny because they have to do it. It's Photoshop because it has to be, right?
Yeah, yeah,
It has
yeah.
to be CGI. It has to be edited, you know,
Exactly. Yeah. There's no other way.
because they cannot,
Matthew,
right? They can't have people go there themselves to record it. They can't live stream it. It has to be like a movie, like a
yes,
CGI movie.
yes. All right, so we do have flat Earth reconnaissance in the chat, brother. If you can, just if you can look at the Torah, see the right definition when the Lord says He placed the sun, the moon in the firmament. In my Portuguese Bible, we understand that's inside, like in between a layer. And if you can look at your Torah and let us know. We're gonna, brother Matthew, we're gonna have a quick break, okay? About 4 minutes. Gonna play a song. We should be
Cool.
back right after the break, okay?
All right, cool. See you then.
All right, guys. So I'm gonna play this song here. It's a real cool song, and we should be back in a few minutes.
Don't believe the papers. Don't believe the news. 'Cause all that they serve you are opinionated views. Don't switch on my TV, 'cause all they do is lie. And I don't need no programming telling me what to buy. But I believe the truth will set you free. I believe the truth will set you free. Don't believe in aliens. I don't believe the news. I don't believe in war. What are the reasons why they're for? Don't believe celebrities pretending to be what they ain't. Make poverty history, they say, posing the same. But I believe the truth will set you free. I believe the truth will set you free. I believe the truth will set you free. Don't believe the justice system will give you what you deserve. It's all around bad judges and Lucifer they serve. Don't believe banks are honest, they fleece you to the bone. When there's nothing left to get, they'll even take you home. But I believe the truth will set you free. 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 they serve you are opinionated view. I don't switch on my TV, cause all they do is lie. I don't need no programming telling me what to buy. But I believe the truth will set you free. I believe the truth will set you free. I believe the truth will set you free. I believe the truth will set you, the truth will set you free. I believe 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 the truth will set you free.
We're back here. I'm gonna place a link in the chat if you guys want to support the channel. You can get a map today. This is the European version of the Gleason's map. Also has been really, it's been worked out really nice. This is how supposedly it's supposed to be, you know, just like the United Nations. So you can get any version of maps here or t-shirts, apparel. It's a way to support the channel. And we have a good comment here from, the link for the story is in the chat, okay? So we have a comment here, Flat Earth Reconnaissance. He gave us the meaning in the Torah of
Nice.
so where is it? And I gotta find it. I just saw it here. Okay, this is interesting, man. And he
Genesis
gave
1:17.
them in the sky's dome. In the sky's dome, there is an angle here because first it is written that he called the dome skies. So he gave them
Okay.
in the sky's dome. You know, that's the original in the Torah, the sun and the moon.
Right?
He gave them
Not
the sky.
our personal dome, right? Not our personal dome of observation, right? The azimuthal grid. It's the dome that's above.
Yes, yes.
But me, I don't think the firmament is like a snow globe. I don't think it's like a curved heavens. I think really the firmament could be flat. We could probably disagree about that, but like the firmament, I think it's flat, and I think that's what it means. The sky's dome, right? That's the firmament, not our personal dome.
What I think, you know, and that's actually, I have to credit this to Mark Sargent. He said this years ago. It's not that it's like because when I bought a dome from Amazon. They all have the same amount of curvature, you know, the dome. I want a flattened one, you know, that's round around the edge.
Yes, like the base of the firmament could be like that. Like what does it say in the Encyclopedia Americana about Antarctica that they found the dome at like an 80-degree angle from the base? If it goes up at an 80-degree angle, it could just be like flat out above. Like the base of the firmament, you know, like beyond the ice wall could be like that, like curved, like the sides curve. But I think above us it's flat, and then the realm above us could be flat too. You know.
So what Mark Sargent was explaining is like, let's just throw some numbers, okay? We don't know. Let's say that the entire flat Earth is like 100,000 miles, you know. But the height of the dome is maybe, let's say, 300 miles. I'm just throwing some numbers. So that's going to be pretty much flattened, and then towards the edge, it curves. You know, that's my view. You know.
Yeah, I could see that. That would be similar to like a frisbee, like a frisbee has a handle, right?
Yeah,
It's flat
it's
on top.
curved, right? It's
Yeah,
curved.
but the sides are curved. That way you could put like a frisbee on the ground, and the top is flat, but it has a structure. I get it. That's one way to do it.
Yeah. Another comment here, because I played that song with so many CGI effects, and somebody was saying that Kamala Harris
Yeah. Oh my
at the
God.
airport, right?
Oh my
They
God.
added. I saw a video. They editing, like there was an airplane. They added like a whole bunch of people, CGI people. So
Hey, do you know why you know why the crowd was fake?
hmm,
Because it has to be.
yeah, that's
Nobody
right.
likes Kamala. No, nobody I know likes Kamala. It's all just media, the media hype. People love Trump. I'm going to vote for Trump. You know, they almost killed him. Did you see that? Did they allow that you guys to see that video where they
Yeah,
almost
yeah,
killed President Trump?
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
That's a
I
very
saw.
interesting. That's a very interesting conspiracy.
Yeah, yeah,
At first, I thought it could have been staged, right? Maybe. But then I'm like, what? The people were killed? Right? People really got killed? So I'm like, wow, maybe it's not a conspiracy. Maybe God protected President Trump, right? And then now
yeah,
what do? It's like hard to find the search result for that. And it's all about Kamala. And yeah, Kamala has a CGI crowd. Yeah, it's Photoshop because it has to be. Nobody likes
yeah.
her. She's like the Joker. She looks like oh,
Hmm.
that's sad, but she's a disgusting lady.
Just replying to Christian, what I mean, Max Sargent was explaining, just like the Bible says that the earth is like a footstool, right? So the footstool has to have some flattened, not curved. So what I think it is just that the firmament's not as high as it's wide. It
Oh, of
can't
course.
be, because
Um,
if let's say, I'm just throwing numbers. I don't know. We don't know. The Bible says that we don't know the heights of the deads or anything. But let's say that from here to here, let's say 100,000 miles.
okay.
We cannot have a firmament that goes 100,000 miles up. It doesn't make sense. I think it's like this, maybe 1,000 miles up, let's say, and
Well, like what
100,000
is it?
miles wide.
What is it like 20,000 kilometers from 90 degrees south to the north to 90 degrees south again? It's like 20,000 kilometers, right?
Yeah, something like this. Like I think it's 10,000 up to the equator, from the
Yeah,
North
and
Pole to the
and that's
equator.
very interesting. God made the Earth like that to be perfectly 10,000 kilometers, right? No, it's more than that. That's from the North Pole to the equator, I
To
think.
the equator, to
10,000.
the equator.
Yeah, so it's actually 40,000 from one end to the other.
40,000.
But remember when they did the what was it called? The Go Fast rocket in 2014? It only got to
Right,
75 miles up before it
right,
hit
right.
the firmament.
Yeah,
And then
back
when
then.
I see the SpaceX rocket launches and they're scraping the firmament, it's close.
Yeah, very
We can
close.
see it. It's not 1,000 miles away. But yeah, I think it could be like that. And if you think about it, 75 miles up, that's like nothing. So everything going on the sky above us would be visible to
Yes.
everybody. Almost everybody, depending on how far away they are from the celestial object.
Right.
That's
So
interesting.
there's another comment from Sam. Then when it comes to placing the two luminaries, which are not named sun and moon, it's indeed written that he gave them in the sky's dome, like if it meant that dome of the dome.
Yes.
Okay.
But what
Yeah.
I think, though, like I said earlier, there is the dome firmament. Then there is our personal dome of observation. We have our
Yes,
own zenith
definitely.
point. We have our own 360 degrees. And the sun, moon, and stars, they come straight to us. It's
Yeah.
mystical. That's what people are getting confused about. Globers and flat earth shills and real flat earth people. Because the sun, it's mystical. And
All
then
right. Earhart thinks that the firmament's about 70 miles high. You know, I don't know. Yeah, but like you said, 73 miles,
Yeah,
80.
something like that.
You know, yeah. You know, I don't know. We don't know because the Bible says that the height and the depth, it's unsearchable, something like that. So in the book of Job, so
But
we don't
it
know.
also says this, Brother Eddie. So there's a scripture that's I don't remember how to say it, but it's like it's a glory for God to conceal something, and it's like a glory for a king to seek it out, to search it out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've seen this
I'm
passage.
not saying it correctly, but are you familiar with that passage? Like God
Yeah,
will
I
hide
am. I
something.
am.
God will
Yes.
hide something, and it's a like a honor for a king to find it. And I
Yeah.
think that's a lot of this, like the mystical nature of the sun, the moon, and stars, even the nature of the earth itself. It's like a glory for someone to, figure it out, understand it, like a treasure, you know?
Yeah. Yes, definitely. All right, a couple more points here. The sun, we know the sun circles because we have the equator. Where my family is, like in Brazil, they are very close to the equator. And even though it's supposed to be winter time there, I spoke to my sister that Saturday. She said, "Oh, it's hot in here," because it's just like the temperature. It's always hot in this region. So that's why I have these guys here. They are freezing the north, they are freezing the south, but here along the equator, it's always hot. So it does show that the path of the sun circles here twice a year, making the temperature in this region real hot. And same way at the equator, we all observe the sun rising at 90 degrees in every longitude line.
On those 2 days of the year,
Yes, yes.
only on those two,
And
that's when the sun is perfectly in between the third and fourth portals.
yes, yes, as it describes in the book of Enoch. And the
Yep.
time zones, of course, right now it's 10:12 a.m. here in Japan. I think I'm 12, no, 16 hours ahead of you.
Well, it's like each piece of that earth pie, it's like an hour. So
Right. Yes.
however many slices away you are, that's how many hours earlier you are from me.
Right. Yes. Yes.
It's an elegant map. The Gleason map, it's elegant.
Oh,
It's
yes.
correct. I mean,
Yes.
people try to trash talk it, but they can't.
Yeah,
It's
because
beautiful.
for navigation, times calculation, and even as I said, geographically in geography, this is correct. Oh yeah, I want to show something here, real quick. People always bring up the size of Australia to me. Oh, the size of Australia in the distance map, but the problem is on the globe, Brazil is wrong because Brazil is wider than you know the globe elongates, South
Yeah.
America. It's not like this. Brazil looks way longer than wider, but in fact, it matches the Gleason's map. You know, matches. This is the reality right here. Brazil is much wider from east to west than from north to south. And so the
Yep.
globe, even here, this globe, it doesn't make sense because the yellow line seems to be longer, but it's shorter. This distance, and the blue line
Yeah.
here, which seems to be smaller, it's the wider one. That's the
Yes.
correct. So it
And then
doesn't make sense on the globe.
the Globers try to trash talk and say, "Oh, look at these distances don't add up." Right?
Right.
And then they'll show Australia and say, "This is not what Australia looks like," because they're thinking about globe Earth.
Exactly.
They're not familiar with the actual layout of the continent of Australia,
Yes. Yeah. And of
right?
course, when they made the Australia, since we didn't have a 90-degree on the globe, they stretched it down just like I did here. Like
Yes.
this is animation I made years ago. where what they did is just like I can do the same thing. I did this in Photoshop. You know, I can just stretch down Australia. That's what they did to fit the 90 degrees on the globe. You know, that's what they did
But that's
because they,
probably that probably creates a lot of navigational errors too.
yeah, yeah. So
That's what I think the Bermuda Triangle is. I don't know if I told you before, but I don't think the Bermuda Triangle exists. I think what that is when they try to put the flat map onto a spherical Earth, there's overlap when they try to do that. Even in the North, once like if you took a flat piece of paper and try to put it on a ball, it's not going to perfectly fit. It's going to overlap. And what I think the Bermuda Triangle is those overlap pieces. So when people were trying to fly, they would always not be where they were supposed to be. And unfortunately, yeah, a lot of people probably died thinking the Earth was a globe and doing the wrong flight path. You know what I mean? So they ended up just flying straight into the ocean, expecting there to be land, and they ran out of fuel. But I don't think Bermuda Triangle exists. I think that's a result of them trying to put a flat map onto a ball.
yeah, I have. I'm working on a video of this guy, the pilot. He was flying from California to Sydney. He worked for a company that sold small planes, you know, like for 4 people, 6 people, 8 people, something like that. So he had a delivery to make. He had to fly the plane to Sydney. And he flew all manually, you know, like no instruments, just by observing the sun, flying during the day. And he got lost in the Pacific. And he was helped by a Air New Zealand flight. On the radio, he asked for help, and the guy gave him the directions. And the whole time he was saying, "What was wrong? What was wrong? How could I have missed it?" You know. But if you think, you know, like I saw the map and everything, definitely he thought he was flying on the globe. That's where
Yes,
the mistake is. Well, he
that's
was actually he made it. He made it. The Air New Zealand pilot helped him. He was able to land the plane on an island, remote island, and he survived, man. But he almost died.
that some people they do die. Like those
Yeah,
people that accidentally flew into Russia because they didn't know where they were and they got shot down and they were killed.
right.
You know, it's like
Exactly.
it seems like it wouldn't matter, but actually it is life and death.
Yes. Yeah. All right, Matthew. We're approaching the end of our show, brother. We've been here for
Oh,
1 hour 17 minutes. You know, and you know my show is short, so make it watchable. You know,
yeah.
for everyone. So it was a pleasure. For some reason, Robert never made it, so I'll see if I hear from him later. And please,
Yeah, maybe
brothers,
next
just
time.
yeah, say your last words. And you know how it is, right? I'm gonna end the show
Yeah,
right after.
yeah.
So
Oh,
we'll be
okay.
in touch.
I thank you for inviting me to your show. I always love talking with you. Um, Time does go by pretty quick, and we probably have a lot more to discuss. You
Yes,
know,
yes.
just and hopefully you invite me back and we could talk
Oh
more.
yeah, yes, for sure. No, it wasn't Amelia Earhart. It wasn't the Airbus flights. It was a small plane that was in the, I think in the 80s. I forgot the name of the Proshaw. Proshaw was his name. Let me see if I find it real quick. Proshaw. It was a pilot. Proshaw landing a plane. I think that's his name. Proshaw. Crazy Hard Long. No, I don't know. I'll bring it next week. I'll have this story, the whole story. So guys, thanks for being here. Okay, Matthew, it was a pleasure having you here, brother.
Yeah,
Uh,
my pleasure's mine, man. It was all mine.
all right. So thanks again. I'm gonna go ahead and kick you out of the show. I'll see you next time, brother.
See
Okay.
you next time.
All right. Bye bye. All right, guys. We're closing the show. Thanks everyone for being here. Mary. We keep it short so you know everyone can watch later with your family. And I have a hard time sometimes watching 3-4 hour long show goes forever. So thanks everyone for being here. I hope to see you guys. To Christian, uh, shout out to you and everyone. Flat Earth Reconnaissance. Let's close the show with Dave J. Carroll. See you guys next week. Bye bye.
Wonderful, magical, celestial light, fantastical, mystical, wonderful sight. Belgian Swiss physicist Auguste Piccard, 1931, first to reach for the stars, was the first to explore the air view stratosphereus, a scientist curious to see what was there. An aluminium black ball on a helium balloon with photos and instruments sailed towards the moon, rose in just half an hour, 52,000 feet, 10 miles up, 10 temperature, up a dead drop in heat and cold, but disproving gravity. Wonderful, mystical, beautiful sight, flat line separation of black from blue light, a world run by deceivers, false make-believers, hiding in shadows, stealing our light. Mystical, fluorescent light, wonderful, magical, awesome, yes, stealing our light. Wonderful, let there be light, supernatural, eternal, supernatural. Up we go, higher than rainbows, higher than mountains, above cumulonimbus is higher than air. High level horizon, 360 around us, but right round behind us, any height that you dare. The sun and the moon both revolve above around us, to forever show time pass intelligently there. You'll never beat us, you'll never defeat us, no more you deceive us, we see through you like air. Kipper and Picard were the first ever known to reach up there. Divine luminescent light, mystical, wonderful, celestial light. So what was their eternal testimony? What did they report back to humanity? Said it seemed like a flat disk far as eyes can see, with an upturned edge fading into infinity. A mystical, ethereal, celestial sight, a divine creation, a clockwork of light, designed hid by deceivers and false make-believers, still cowering in the shadows, still fearing our light. Here we go, higher than Everest, higher than airplanes, above zero cumulus, higher than air. High level horizon, 360 around us, no motion beneath us, no spinning, no fair. Stars on the firmament, time along around us, to forever show time and geometrically there. You'll never beat us, you'll never defeat us, forever beneath us, we see through you like air. Mystic, luminous light, fantastical, magical, bright, we see through you like air. Magical, angels of light, beautiful, wonderful, celestial light. The first to see truth when they reach for the stars, explorers and physicists, Kipper and Picard. Never you'll defeat us, forever beneath beneath us, we see through you like air.